The parties have agreed to the following. If the court can first take judicial notice of the acknowledgement of paternity that is on file with the court that was attached to our petition that has both mom's signature and dad's signature on there for this child, subject of this suit.
We take judicial notice of that acknowledgement of paternity as well as pleading. And I see that Exhibit A is that acknowledgement of paternity. It has an entity code. So it appears like it was filed with the state. And it is regarding Jeremiah Cheney.
Thank you, Judge. The parties have agreed to the following. Mom will be named the managing conservator. Dad will be the possessory conservator. Mom will be restricted to keep the child's primary residence within the state of Texas. They will have a public drop-off and pick-off for the exchange of the child during dad's visitations, which will be located at the HEB, located at 5225 Buffalo Speedway, which is in Houston, Texas. 77055, I believe, is the zip. Dad will have parties agreed to app close for communication for the child. Even though we requested a non-disclosure finding, mom no longer is requesting that non-disclosure, so we're not asking for one anymore. Visitation will be as follows. Due to the age of the child, who is under the age of 3 currently, dad will be doing a phased-in visitation schedule. Phase 1 will consist of 4 visits, and it will be on the second Saturday of September from the time period 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. supervised. He will also do that following Sunday from the same time, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., and that will count as his second visit for that phase. He will do that again the second weekend of October to complete the phases, the visits 3 and 4 of phase 1. He would then go on to phase 2, and phase 2 will also be from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on that second Saturday and that following Sunday, but this time not supervised. That will also be for 4 visits. Okay. Phase 3 will be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the second Saturday of the month, as well as that very next day, Sunday. Since he does have to drive over 4 hours to get here, he'll also get that Sunday again from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. again. 4 visits as well, not supervised. Phase 4 will then be Saturday at 6 p.m. to Sunday at 6 p.m., also on that second Saturday of the month. Not supervised again. Also for 4 visits.
They're all 4?
They're all 4 visits, yes, ma'am. All 4 phases
so,
are.
Just to clarify, for the phase 3, where they're doing 11 to 7 both days, the Saturday and the Sunday is 2 visits. For
Correct.
The overnight, is that just 1 visit, the overnight?
Correct. Saturday, 6 p.m. to overnight to Sunday, 6 p.m. will count as 1 visit. He has to do that phase for 4 visits. It's also going to be the second Saturday of the month, whenever he begins that. Yes, ma'am. Also not supervised. Once he's completed all 4 phases as dictated, he will then do a standard possession order. They do live over 100 miles, but we, of course, as always, put all of those things in there in case one of the parties may move closer to the other, okay? And they agreed up, like I said, of that drop-off and pickup location, the HEB on Buffalo Speedway. The parties also agree that neither party has reasonable health care at this time for the child. So mom will apply for government medical assistance program, and dad will pay medical support of $175 per month. That will start September 1st, 2025. Parties will pay 50% each of anything that's not covered as per the Texas Family Code. Parties understand and agree that court costs, if billed by Gaffney County, are always billed against a non-custodial parent, in this case, dad, and that those will be due, if billed, won't be due until August 25th of 2026. Okay. Parties also agree that retroactive child support time period is calculated from the day of the child's birth, which was March 3rd, 2024, through today's date, which is August 25th, 2025, which is 18 months. And that after credit and direct payments that dad has made both to mom and to the daycare in that time frame, and based on the different incomes he's had, he will still owe mom, even after credit, he will still owe mom $4,350.49. As of today's date, he will pay $80 per month, starting September 1st, 2025, towards that judgment. And if he has not paid that judgment by the time the child emancipates, that payment will increase to $616 per month. He will also pay a lump sum of $100 due October 15th, 2020.
What was that due? I'm sorry.
$100.
When?
October 15th, 2025. The 15th of October, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me see if I've come up with any other. Oh, I think I talked about app close. The only remaining issue in that case is what current child support will be. They do agree that it will also begin September 1st, 2025 with everything else. They also agree that dad has 2 jobs and that when I add those 2 incomes together, of those 2 jobs, it comes to $44,099 self-employed income. That's the gross. Monthly gross self-employed income is $4,099. They also agree that dad has 1 other minor child that I did confirm has a child support order for, that I did give him credit for, that he needs to get credit for in the child support calculation as well. And mom agrees about this other child, and that the rate will be 17.5% of whatever. That's all I have for the agreements. The one remaining issue for the court is what current child support will be, the amount. And I would like to call my first witness, if I may.
You may do so.
I'll call Mr. Cheney first, okay? Mr. Cheney, we've reached a lot of agreements today with myself and Ms. Painter, is that right?
Right.
Okay. And were you able to hear all those agreements I stated to the court just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And were those in fact the agreements that you've made so far here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Including the fact that you'll still owe mom $4,350.49, even after credits were given of payments you made?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you okay with the amount that I asked the court to, or told the court with y'all's agreement to pay it back at $80 per month? Was that in fact your agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you also agree that you have 1 other minor child with someone else that you are on child support for?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you also agree that you currently have 2 jobs? 1 main job
Yes,
and 1 part-time job? Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Let's talk a little about those 2 jobs, okay? Now let's talk about the part-time job first. Where do you work part-time?
GNC.
Okay. And what is your hourly rate at GNC?
$14.25, $14.
$14.
At 14.
Is that right?
Yes.
Right. Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir. And you work about how many hours per week at that job?
13.
About 13, anywhere from 13 to 15 hours. So we did an average of 14 hours a week. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, yes, sir. Okay. And now let's talk more about your main job. Now, are you self-employed with the main job?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of business do you own? Do you have?
I'm a dance instructor throughout the week.
Okay.
Was
Yes,
that
sir.
dance instructor?
Say it again.
Was that dance instructor? Did I hear?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much do you charge your clients per session?
$75 an hour.
Okay. And how many hours per week on average? I know it varies, but on average, what did we decide would be your average that you
10.
About 10.
10.
So sometimes you have 12 hours a week.
Sometimes I have 12, some days, some weeks are 14, 16, but on average, we're looking at about 9 to 10 hours a week consistently.
Right. And so for calculation purposes, I'm going to say 10 hours a week on average. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but 10 is a good round number. Would you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so for $75 an hour for about those 10 hours plus your GNC job, that's how we got to the monthly gross of what I dictated to the court was $4,099 before taxes or anything's taken out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you understand by the law is going to require me to take out state self-employed taxes. And
Right.
yes, sir. And I'm going to take out your credit of the medical support you're paying. You're going to start paying of $175 a month for the child. On this case, medical and dental needs. Is that right?
Correct.
Now, what if my math is correct, and the judge is going to double check my math, but if my math is correct, I show child support should be $535 per month. Would you agree with my math? I know you don't agree with the amount, but do you agree with my math?
The math, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, do you have any other minor children besides this one other child I already gave you credit for that I'm unaware of?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have any other children of your own that live in your household?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And do you have any other job besides the 2 jobs I already told the court about?
Besides getting hired at dance conventions, no, ma'am.
Okay. So there's also sometimes you get another salary, sometimes, not all the time, if
Yes,
you get
ma'am.
hired at a dance convention.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we did not factor that into this calculation, did we?
No, ma'am.
And would you agree with me that if I factor that sometime income, your child support would actually be higher, wouldn't it?
At the moment, no, ma'am, because when I get hired, I'm getting hired on a non-compensation contract. So
Okay.
I'm not being,
Understood.
but
And we didn't
yes,
include it
ma'am.
in this calculation anyway. Is that correct? We didn't include it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just being honest. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no, I appreciate that. I appreciate your honesty. I pass the witness on that one issue. Thank you.
Your next witness. You can call your next witness.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Judge. Yes, I'll call Ms. Painter. Now, Ms. Painter, were you able to, you have made a lot of agreements with myself and Mr. Cheney today as well, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we went through a lot of different payments that he gave you and things like that. And did you get a chance to hear all the agreements that I stated to the court just now?
Yes.
Okay. And were those in fact your agreements?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Now, do you agree with me? Do you also agree that dad has these 2 different jobs that he testified to?
No, I did not.
Okay. And what job do you believe that he has?
He does roofing as well.
Okay. So on top of the GNC plus the self-employment job of dance instructing, you're testifying that he has a 3rd job of a roofing
Correct.
contract?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And would that be self-employed as well, or do you think he works for someone else doing that?
He works for a company. I know that.
Okay. And how do you know that he does roofing as well?
Because I see him posted on his social media all the time.
Okay. Okay. And when was the most recent time you saw it posted on his social media?
I'd have to go back and look. Let's see.
And while you're looking for that, how long have you known that he does roofing through his posts through social media?
I'd have to look for that as well. I have it all written down.
And through the roofing, do you know what his income might be?
No, I do not.
Okay. And when y'all were together, was he doing roofing then as well?
No.
Okay.
The last one that I saw is August 15th
Of what year, ma'am?
of this year.
August 15, 2025.
Yes. And then the
And
first one,
hold on, let's talk about the August 15th post. And what did you learn from the post?
that he's at work.
Okay, doing roofing work?
Yes.
Okay. And then when was the post prior to the August 15th, 2025 post?
August 14th.
Okay, the day before, also of 2025.
Yeah. They're all scattered out, but I'm trying to find the first one.
Okay. Now on any of these,
Are the posts just photos or do they say anything?
Say that one more time.
Are the posts just photos? Do they say anything?
Sometimes they're photos, sometimes they're videos. He tags the roofing in it. I also have, which is now taking down, but I also have a screenshot of his bio when I first realized it, and it has the company in his bio, and it has that he is a project manager.
Does it state what company he's the
Yes, it
project?
does. I'm looking for it right now.
Oh, linear roofing.
Yeah.
Non-responsive, Mr. Cheney is not on the witness stand.
This is sustained, sir. It's, as I said earlier, you'll get a chance to speak again, but right now she's on the stand.
No problem.
Okay, were you able to find the name
Here.
of the company?
I found it. Linear Roofing LLC. And in his bio, it says project manager for Linear Roofing.
Linear Roofing? Okay, okay. And do you have any other details on any other jobs that he may have currently?
I have a bunch of screenshots of when he's the actual company's Instagram. They all went out to eat or something, and they're all in a group picture, and he's in it. And then just multiple stuff of him working, posting roofing and stuff like that, and claims went through or waiting for a claim, just stuff along those lines of like that. Sometimes they're pictures, sometimes they're videos.
Okay. All right. And are you asking the court to consider some of this roofing income on top of the $4,099
Yeah.
that we came to for the other two jobs?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
The state doesn't represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance if there's something additional that you want to say. Mr. Cheney, is there something else you'd like to say?
Yes, the linear roofing is like that's true. I was a project manager for linear roofing. Starting out, it's a completely 100% commission-based job, where project managers are sales reps who deal with homeowners one-on-one on trying to get a roof replacement through insurance. So the claim aspect that she's seeing is that that's me going door to door, knocking, pretty much trying to present value and convince homeowners to let me assist them in me inspecting their property and seeing they have any type of roof damage to be replaced. The back end process of that is that insurance has to first want to prove the homeowners getting a roof replacement, and then the homeowners have to pay their deductible that they pay for home insurance. So yes, there's times that I'm out and I'm trying to commit to this job, but because it's a 100% commission-based job, I'm spending I would spend a lot of money on gas and things like that, and not get much in return. So I don't really get much from working that job. The two posts that she's talking about on the 14th and 15th, I was paid by another project manager to be there, and be there in his presence while he was in Amarillo. So he paid me out of pocket like $150 for the day to be there and manage his project. But regarding actually making any income from linear, that's been very shot of none. That's why I teach more now part-time. That's why I teach more now full-time throughout the week, and I have the part-time job, because if you don't sell anything, you don't make any money.
Ms. Painter, is there anything additional you'd like to say?
No.
Ms. Armstrong, is there anything additional from you?
Well, just Judge, if the judge could approve I asked for the court to approve all their agreements, of course, and to consider the income of $4,099 monthly gross self-employed income for the two jobs he does have, as well as any other income if the judge so chooses to decline. I use that to the court's discretion. Thank you.
I can only base my rulings on evidence presented, and not hypothetical evidence. And so, sir, I'm not happy that you weren't forthcoming when Ms. Armstrong asked you if you had other jobs. So I really question this a lot. Let me say that, because you could have said all that when she said you have another job. And instead you waited until Ms. Painter gave some.
I don't work for the company as much. I don't work for the company at all, much at all. That's why it's no longer in my bio. That's why the random posts are random, because I'm still friends with some of the project managers and people on staff. So if one messages me or asks me to do a job and they want to pay me out of their own pocket by Zelle to cover something for them, like I say yes. But the idea of like, I don't make any income from Linear. It's a company itself.
Well, whether you do or don't, I don't have any evidence that you do is the problem. But I am concerned. Let me say that.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And so, that being said, I'm making my ruling now, and I'm rendering, and I am going to approve all the agreements that were read into the record. That includes appointing you to managing and possessory conservator, with Ms. Painter being the managing conservator. Ms. Painter will have the right to determine the primary residence of the child within the state of Texas. I'm approving that the pickup and drop off of the child will be at the HEB on Buffalo Speedway. I'm approving the communication through app close. I'm denying the non-disclosure request. I'm approving the stair-step visitation that was read very detailed into the record, leading up to the standard possession order for over 100 miles once stair steps are completed. I'm finding that neither party has access to health insurance at a reasonable cost. I'm finding the child's on a government or medical assistance program and ordering that to continue. And I am ordering Mr. Cheney to pay Ms. Painter cash medical support of $175 per month, beginning September 1st of 2025. I'm ordering each party is 50% responsible for unreimbursed medical expenses. I'm ordering Mr. Cheney pay court costs to Galveston County on or before August 25th of 2026. We're approving and ordering a retroactive child support judgment against Mr. Cheney in the amount of $4,350.49 as of today. And I'm ordering that he pay that back at $80 per month, beginning September 1st, 2025, with a step up to $616 once the child emancipates, if there's still money due. I'm also ordering a lump sum payment of $100 to be paid by October 15th, 2025 towards that judgment. And I'm ordering Mr. Cheney pay to Ms. Painter current ongoing child support based on the evidence presented, which was $4,099 per month. And so I'm ordering that he pay that. Mr. Cheney's ordered to pay Ms. Painter $535 per month child support beginning September 1st, 2025. And the state's going to draft the order based on my ruling, and they'll be sending it to you both through DocuSign to review and sign off on.
Thank you, Judge. If they may return to their breakout rooms.
Yes, they may. Thank you both.